Welcome back to another SSR Nasus video, and today we are going to be taking a look at the rebirth for Super Saiyan 2 Great Saiyaman, as well as the physical Super Saiyan Vegeta, who was one of the worst cards in the game, but now he's actually a pretty damn decent unit. So let's go ahead and get started with Super Saiyan 2 Great Saiyaman. His leader skill gives 2 ki, as well as a 50% attack and defensive boost to agility and physical types. He causes a supreme damage, and raises his own attack for 3 turns. He has a 12 ki multiplier of 140%, which is very, very good. I'm actually surprised that his 12 ki multiplier is this high. I don't know what it was before, but I believe it was lower. Let's quickly double check. It may have been 135. Oh, so it was 140 the entire time. Wow. He was always, like, he was never, like, not, you know, he was always a good unit. Just that recently there are better options, but the good thing about him is definitely his link set, and of course of how another thing about him that's very good is that he can hit extremely hard. So he gets a 90% attack boost at the start of the turn, and if we have a look at his links, he has Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Shocking Speed, Hero of Justice, Prepared for Battle, Kamehameha, and Shattering the Limits. So unfortunately he is a rebirth, hence why he did not get the Fierce Battle link. He instead got the Rebirth link, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But generally, it would be nicer for him to, I'll say generally, but it would have been nicer for him to have that Fierce Battle link for that additional 15% attack boost, because it does make a difference. So when Broly first came out, like, the team was kind of all over the place. You had units like Full Power Frieza, and then you had Dokkan Goku, who basically had to run to make up for the fact that Frieza's main link was over in a flash. So you would have to run Dokkan Goku, and then there weren't too many units with Shocking Speed unless you were to run Ultimate Gohan. So it was kind of all over the place, and this was one of the guys that allowed you to run a team like that because he has Prepared for Battle and Shocking Speed. Granted, he doesn't have over in a flash like Dokkan Goku or Full Power Frieza, but he did allow you to bridge gaps between certain units. For example, you may have had Broly and Ultimate Gohan on the same rotation. If you put this guy in the middle, he is going to help with that because he obviously has both links. So he was always a great unit from the start. It's just, like I said before, it's a shame that they didn't give him that Fierce Battle link, but he is still a top tier unit, and you will most likely run him every single time once the Super Lead comes out. And of course, we will be taking a look at that in a few moments. But overall, this card is definitely good. I believe he got a 20% boost. I know we just literally took a look at this, card, but I didn't really focus too much on his passive. But I believe before it was a 70% attack boost when you are above 30% of your health. So they got rid of the restriction and they boosted his attack, which is nice. And he can also raise his attack even further with his super attack mechanic, and because passives or super attack mechanics don't reset after every phase change, this is going to be a very good ability for him, and I would imagine that he is going to be hitting very, very hard. So yeah, my only criticism is just no Fierce Battle, but apart from that, he is a great unit. Fits well on a monophysical team. Well, obviously not on a villain team or extreme physical team, but once that super physical lead does come out, he is going to be a very good unit. But to move on to what was before one of the worst cards in the game, and to be honest, I feel like he was kind of underrated, and people bashed on him for the wrong reasons, because he definitely had a lot of potential, and this card shows it. His leader skill gives a 50% stat boost to agility, int, and physical type. So unfortunately, he does not give any ki. He causes supreme damage and lowers defense. He reduces the attacked opponent's attack by 40%, which is a massive debuff. The only problem with this is that he has to attack first. And if we have a look at his links, he has Super Saiyan, Saiyan Warrior Race, Golden Warrior, the Vegeta family, Shattering the Limit, and Prepared for Battle. His 12 ki multiplier is 140%. Damn, they are giving away those 12 ki multipliers like it's nothing, because a lot of the top tier units now have a 12 ki multiplier of 140%, and that's pretty damn good. Rebirths generally tend to have a 12 ki multiplier of 130% to 135, so the fact that both of these units have a 12 ki multiplier of 140% is very good. Obviously, his purpose isn't to attack hard, it's a debuff, and of course we are going to be talking about that right now. So he has Prepared for Battle. He basically has the standard Saiyan links. Of course, Super Saiyan, you know, he has decent links. Again, he doesn't have Fierce Battle because he is a rebirth. Supreme damage, lowers defense, which again isn't that useful. At least with greatly lowering defense, it makes a bigger difference, but just regular lowering defense just doesn't really do anything for him. So I guess it's just one of those things that they throw on these days so that people are like, wow, he lowers defense. But it just doesn't do anything. I kind of wish that it made more of an impact. You know, maybe it helps you get past units with where you have a type disadvantage or something along those lines, but unfortunately that doesn't seem to be the case to my knowledge anyway. So his passive is attack minus 40% when you attack that opponent. So the problem with this is that you obviously have to attack first. If it was always there when he just appears on the field like Omega Shenron, that would be, like, it's not to say that it's bad, but it would be more convenient because... So this is the example that I'm going to use. Let's say, like, because they attack more frequently now, you most likely will get attacked 5 to 6 times every single stage. So let's say that in that first slot, all of the attacks are there. You would have to put Vegeta in that first slot, well, you will most likely have to put him in that first slot for you to benefit anything from him. But let's say you have Vegito Blue in the same rotation as this guy. You obviously want to put Vegito Blue in that first, slot so that you can get all the counters and, critical counters off. So before I did say, I spoke about him briefly in my Who Should Get a Rebirth video, and I did say that when you combine this guy with Vegito Blue, he is going to be very good because the debuff will allow Vegito Blue to tank. But the thing is, because of how much of a boost the current leader skills gives to, like, obviously health, attack and defense, this guy isn't necessary, to make Vegito Blue a tank, because as soon as you get as soon as you get Vegito Blue's defense to around 8 to 9k, that is easily going to boost his defensive stats overall, especially with the new elites, to at least 20k, maybe even more. And that's just me going off the top of my head, because I believe that on the current physical team, with like a double Broly lead or something along those lines, his defensive stats will be around 20k. So when they release the new elite or the physical super lead, his defense is going to be in the 30,000s. And when you consider the fact that he still has his 30% damage reduction, it will make him a very, very good tank, and he will most likely be tanking in the 3 digits, 4 digits, maybe even less. Obviously, I don't have Vegito Blue at the moment, so I can't test that for myself, but I'm pretty certain that he is going to be just as good of a tank as Super Vegito. So that problem isn't, like, but again, for that scenario to be obviously present, you need to raise his defense to a decent point where obviously he is capable of tanking by himself and he doesn't need the help of a unit like Vegeta. It's not to say that he isn't good, but the main problem with, in my eyes, his main use was to use him with Vegito Blue so that you can fully optimize him. But because of how much the ability system improves Vegito Blue, he isn't as necessary as I thought he was before. He's still a great unit, don't get me wrong, but for me, I just don't feel like he is worth running unless you do want to fully optimize your Vegito Blue that you haven't improved in the ability system. He is a great unit. I'm going to say that again. He is very similar to Omega Shenron. The only difference is that he has to attack first. And and again, that scenario that I was talking about is like it's just a one-off thing. You can definitely put him in that first slot to lower the attack of your enemy, and then just put your other units wherever you want to put them. So that initial debuff is going to be very helpful, especially for him, because he has a pretty damn high defensive stat as well. So it will allow the rest of your units for that rotation, including him, to tank. But my main opinion of him, or my main use for him, was to optimize Vegito Blue. But that's just me. You guys may have other uses for him, but overall he is a good unit, don't get me wrong. And of course he has Prepare for Battle, which is a very common link, or will be a very common link for that physical team. So moving on to what a team would look like. So of course you have Super Saiyan 2 and Physical Super Saiyan 2 Great Saiyaman, you have Physical Gotenks, you have Vegito Blue, you have the new Gohan, who is a very good unit. Obviously he has the counterpart to Super Buu, but he doesn't heal like Buu does. And you have Pan. I mean, you can run Super Saiyan Rage Trunks, but the reason why I prefer Pan is because she does have Fierce Battle, but again, the thing about Trunks is that he has the Rebirth link, which he would obviously share with Super Saiyan 2 Great Saiyaman Iron, and I'm pretty certain that he does have Prepared for Battle. Yes, he does. So it depends on what you want. Like I said before, I would personally run Pan for that Fierce Battle link, but the problem with Pan is that she doesn't link too well with the majority of the units here. But again, her main purpose isn't to super attack. You're most likely going to be keeping her in that third slot anyway, so she is basically just going to be a floater, which means that obviously when she does come up, she's going to be providing that stat boost with a passive, and of course, well, I'll say super attack as well, but you're most like I said before, you're most likely not going to be super attacking with her if you didn't know. She increases the attack of all your allies when she's super attack, so the chances of that happening are very unlikely. So the main boost that you're going to be getting is from her super attack, is from her passive skill. So again, super attacking with her isn't exactly necessary, and then it's the same situation with Super Saiyan Rage Trunks. He has he gives the boost of his passive, and then he also gives another boost with his super attack. And the only difference is that, like I said before, he has Rebirth Link and Prepare for Battle. So if you do want to super attack with him regardless, he does have a formable super attack. So if you want to get that additional attack in, it will most likely be better for you to run Trunks. But because of the way that the physical team is currently set up, will be set up, pardon me, I don't think you're going to have too much of a problem super attacking, because you have like multiple units that share multiple links. The weak links here, so to speak, are Gohan and Videl, and Pan, obviously, because they don't share too many links with the other units here. But the thing about the Gohan is that he provides key to, you know, all your units, so that's not a problem at all. Links aside, he is still going to be providing key to himself and your other units, so that part isn't a problem. It's just super attacking with Pan. So, and unfortunately, because we don't know what's coming next, I didn't go ahead and add a 6th unit. So of course we have Super Saiyan Gotenks, who seals super attacks, and he also hits hard. He has Fused Fighter and Prepared for Battle. You have Gohan with Shocking Speed and Prepared for Battle, and if I'm not mistaken, Pan has the Saiyan lineage. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that link is the Saiyan lineage, which is what they share. So she shares that link with Super Saiyan Gotenks and Gohan, and then to quickly talk about the rotations, you're most likely going to have Vegeta Blue and Physical Gotenks. Actually, it's hard to say, because, to be honest, like, the reason why I say it's hard to say is because we don't know how good that physical lead is going to be. So you may decide to run, you know, actually, to be fair, you're most likely going to have Vegeta Blue and the lead, and then you're going to have Physical Gotenks and the lead. We'll have to see, but I'm pretty sure those rotations are going to consist of something like that. Obviously, you aren't going to be running your lead together, your 2 leads together, so the rotations will most likely consist of Vegeta Blue and the lead, and then Physical Gotenks and the lead, because you want to be consistently sealing the super attack with Gotenks, of course. So to quickly implement our boy, pardon me, where is he? Physical Vegeta, where is he? So remember how earlier I said that you could use this Vegeta with Vegeta Blue? Well, it turns out he is an extreme type. Isn't that great? I had no idea that he was an extreme type. I thought he was a super type, I'm not even joking. So, I mean, you can still use him with Vegeta Blue, he just isn't going to get as much of a boost. Wow, mind blown. I didn't even realise. So, on the wiki it doesn't even show up. Yeah, like, see what I mean? It doesn't even show up on his card. Wow, Vegeta shafted. So, I think I've pretty much covered everything, and I kind of feel dumb now because obviously I can't read Japanese, and his Unawakened card didn't even say if he was a super type or an extreme type. So, I mean, at least we got that out of the way, and you can implement him into this team. You're most likely not going to be implementing him on that extreme physical team unless you don't have too many great units. So, what a revelation, but I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Let me know what you guys think about these units in the comment section down below as always, but I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one.